No orbs, no EVPs, just I believe Kara, and I don't remember if you had said it, had felt dizzy when we went into this bedroom, and she laid down on the bed as we were doing the EVP. She was having shoulder blade pain, like she felt like something was pulling you down.
Yeah, that's how I felt
Pulling my
earlier.
shoulder blade out, like getting under my shoulder blade and
Yeah, a
just
little heaviness
yanking.
on both sides.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I was getting.
Yeah. That was
So
weird.
did you actually like feel like maybe hands or something holding you down, or?
No. It was just a sharp
Sore.
Just an
pull.
internal, like an
Internal
internal feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else from the audience group that want to talk?
I think I asked what the name was, and I thought I heard something say Ray. Was there a Ray here? No?
Did you get a recording?
Yeah,
No?
but it's a long one.
Oh, okay.
I'd have to look for it.
So Robert,
What was the other guy's name? Robert and
Robert and Laguna.
Magana. That was it.
Okay, so possibly you may have gotten an EVP then? Okay.
I forgot about that one. I apologize.
Stephanie, did you pick up on anything?
I don't feel anybody in the house right now. I'm just, yeah, absolutely nothing. One thing I did notice was as we brought the noise level down, I was able to pick up on more of the impressions that I got when I first came in.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first came in and really nobody was in the house except for the guys that are, have been here and had experiences, it was fairly palpable what they had experienced. But then as we were talking and I could hear everybody's voices, it was like those sound waves were almost like pushing this very fragile energy just out and away. But we got quiet again. And did you guys have that experience too? As it got quieter, then you could start to sense things again? Because I did. And at first, when it was so loud in here, it was hard to feel anything. So, yeah, I also think it's worth trying to recreate some of the scenarios in which these guys have had experiences. That's kind of important. So even if we would say, hey, let's let a couple of people just be in the house for a little while, even if we just give 5-10 minutes, and just get in the bedrooms, lay on the floor like you're going to go to sleep or in the bed, and just kind of recreate it. Because it's really hard, I know, for all of us to feel or sense into what's happening and allow that energy to come close when it's so loud.
I totally agree with that, Stephanie. And can you be in charge of that?
Sure.
For the recreation?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got 3 experiments going on: the Gansfeld experiment, and then we got the Native American music, and then we got yours.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds good. Also, too, before I get to John's group, okay, you guys actually saw a UFO. Please explain that.
You're better explaining it, so go ahead.
So when we got off the freeway, we got over the bridge and we saw a bright light in the sky, so we pulled over and we looked up and there was a big circle, probably about the size of the doorway, or this doorway right here, and the light was illuminating maybe 50 feet around it, and all the clouds were lit up. And it was still at first, and then it looked like it was moving to the right of us, and then there's a plane moving to the right, and when the plane got above the light went straight up, and then the clouds covered it, and the clouds moved away. There was a plane going to the left, and the plane going to the right had disappeared.
Yeah, I've never seen a light that bright in the sky before.
I got a question for both of you.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear anything?
Heard nothing.
You guys, when did you get here? Just now?
We got here about probably like 10:20.
Because on my way here, I saw something. I actually mentioned it to David.
Yeah, we saw.
And it looked like what you guys saw, but it was further in the distance. And I kept looking at it, and then I looked away. And I was like, honey, can you see that? He goes, I don't want to look, because I don't dare take my eyes off the road. And I looked back, and then I saw what looked like a plane. But I know that what I was looking at didn't appear to be a plane. I thought maybe it was a trick of the light at first, because I thought maybe it was a plane coming at me from straight on, so I couldn't see it moving. But really what it appeared like was almost when you see Mars or
Yeah.
or Venus, but very big, and the clouds around it were very bright, but it wasn't.
That's almost exactly what we saw.
And it was a yellowish incandescence.
See,
I
yeah.
saw that.
I think I said that to someone.
At first, I
Totally
thought it was
joking.
maybe like
Yeah,
a helicopter
it
with
was
a
yellow.
Yes,
searchlight,
the
but then it
searchlight.
But
disappeared
it was
behind
so
the
much
clouds,
brighter
so
than
it
the
was further
searchlight. It was
away.
really close, I think. I don't know how close, but
Maybe,
it
yeah.
seemed so bright, and then a plane went right over it, and there was a significant difference in size.
So this thing, when I took my eyes away, it was gone, and I saw.
Yeah, you can see
Yeah,
the light
that's what
getting
you
dimmer
said.
and dimmer, and then a plane flew out, and then the light was gone.
Can you describe what type of plane it was? Was it like a?
Oh, it was so far.
was a
You
passenger
could just see
plane.
the lights. It was,
Yeah, so I thought I saw a passenger plane.
Yeah, it was
a
definitely a passenger plane. But the thing was, is that it couldn't have been the plane light because the light was way too big and it illuminated the clouds around it, not just in front.
I've never seen a light that bright in the sky in my life.
Paul, is he?
We went to grab our camera.
The
and it
cameras
didn't
were all
turn
packed
on
up, and I was
fast
I was actually on the phone with Connor. You guys know Connor. And I was sitting here trying to describe it to him, and he's just like, no. And I like wanted to videotape it, but I'm on the phone with him trying to describe what I'm seeing. It was just hectic and all chaotic.
Nobody took a picture of it.
No, my stuff was packed up too.
Actually, since we left up in Auburn, I've been saying I've been seeing something, and he actually saw the last one that I saw. It's like going across the sky like all night.
Just like yellow, white streaks just shooting across the sky real quick and leaving like a line behind
But this was just sitting there, and we actually pulled the car
Yes,
over.
it was stationary.
It was
when I
stationary.
saw it.
Exactly. It
It was stationary at
and
first,
then
and then slowly
when that
moved.
plane flew over, it started moving up, and lights started getting dimmer, and then a plane flew out the opposite way of the other plane. The other plane was gone.
Well, the reason I didn't think much of it is because I didn't watch it for long enough. I watched it for a while it was stationary, and I turned and I was speaking to David, and as I looked back, it was gone. I mean, it was really
It was-
See, I was on the
gone.
phone
It
with
was
Connor,
maybe
and he's
2
just like,
seconds.
hang up, get out your camera. So I hung up, and he pulled out this thing, and as he was trying to put the tape in it,
Yeah.
it was gone. The other plane flew out of the sky.
They moved
But we
fast.
came in,
clouds.
we
We were
came
here
in about 9:15.
9:15.
So it would have been an hour later that you saw the same.
We saw it
thing.
about 9:20ish.
No, 10:20ish.
Or 10:20ish.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Hour off.
So, but it was in the southern sky. So when I got off 99 and I'm coming down Liberty, it was in the south.
It was in the
It was in
east
the
when
east
we were
for
looking
us,
at
'cause we
it.
got-
I pulled out my compass, and because I was
Yeah.
trying to tell him which way to look on the phone. I
Sure.
pulled out my compass on my phone, and it said it was
cool.
east.
Yeah, and the only difference between what you saw and what I saw is, I think it was more distant, because it was so bright, I knew it wasn't a star, and I haven't ever seen a planet look quite like that, because the incandescence carried through the clouds.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
what it was. It was like between two clouds, and the clouds around it were lit up, and then the cloud moved over it, so it was beyond the clouds.
This thing was huge, and the radius around it was bigger of light was bigger than the actual object that we were seeing.
Was it globe shaped?
I got a
Yeah,
question for you.
circular.
Because I've seen one broad daylight, and over 10,000 people. We were on 880 going through Oakland, and this thing flew over us. I mean, it was only like 20 feet from the cars, and it flew over us, and it was big as the freeway. I mean, both sides. And I seen the lights going around on the sides. Did you guys see that? It had lights on the
We
going
just
around.
saw it.
I just saw the.
And then the bottom of it had a bright light.
I think you
like
were
a
a lot
wonder-
closer to it if you were able to
Yeah.
see that much detail.
I mean, I haven't seen it so close, it wasn't funny.
Wow.
And you know what was funny about it? Is if I asked my brother, because my brother was in the car, my dad was in the car, my mother was in the car, and my other brother was in the car. And if you ask them, they can't remember it.
Yeah, I actually talked to a guy this weekend because we were at SAC UFOCon who was telling us that I don't know what they were doing, but he said him and his friend were going out to a cemetery to have a bonfire. No idea why.
They
but
do that out here.
I don't know why, but this guy was, I don't know, but he's like, we got almost there, we saw this huge light, and then he started yelling, "Take me with you," or "Come back here." And then he said the next thing he
Probably a better
remembered,
world over there anyway.
he said the next thing he remembers was walking away 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you lose time.
I got you guys the next spot.
Is Galt within the
What's that
UFO
at?
triangle?
Behind Lodi, there's a church there that has a cross that's upside down, and they worship the devil there. And you see people,
Who wants to go to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in.
It's
All right.
It's in Woodbridge.
They're not going to let us in, but we're going anyway.
No, you don't have to go in. You can see it from outside. I mean, you can see it on the doors and stuff.
Wow.
and
Did-
people wear
Wow.
black capes
Oh, God.
at nighttime. And
So that's
about
just
one,
creepy.